It is time to end out the Superspeedway Swing here in the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 14, as we head to the Daytona National Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida, for the running of the Gatorade 0400 Under the Lights. Sure to be a fun race in the final Gatorade Cup Series Daytona event. We'll see who could be known as the final Gatorade Cup Series Daytona winner in just 24 laps time. On the front row, Richard Childress' teammates sweep the front row with Riley Spurgeon on pole. Malachi Rodriguez turns to his outside in second. Then in third place, it's Ryan Wilson. Eli Bright will start in fourth, and completing the top five, Ferret Longwell in the 62. Starting in sixth place, we have Conrad Evans. In seventh, Coluigi, winner of the 500 earlier this season, looking to get the Daytona sweep here tonight. To his outside in eighth place, his teammate Zach Fitzwater Sr. In ninth is Anthony Hernandez, and Chris Jericho, the 18, completes the top 10. Back by them, we have Baby Rose to his inside, Levi Shones in the 4. Then we have the 13, Diego Yepez, and the 36 of Griffin Lynn. Then there's Zach DeLello and Talladega winner Jonathan Beeford in the 24, along with Keegan Thompson in the 41 and Riley Sampson in the 16. Then there's Max Anderson and Max Rossi, winner of the last race at Pensacola. Then we have Jose Mills and points there. Jake Galloway's absolutely dominated so far this season. Then there's Andrew Miller and Keyshawn Richardson with Anton and Charles Bois and Sebastian Kukul on the 42. Then we have TJ Hanley and Laura Chung with Samet Oskin and Jay Rando. Then there's Noah Clifton, and second in the points, Derek Hamill, along with Marshall Burrell and Bronson Minnick. Then we have Evan Hunter and Luke Rainey, Ross McMarola and Jordan Stout, Anderson Reed and Jeff Wright. And in the final row, Brandon Beal will start in 41st, and in 42nd, it's Justin Zeidel in car number 1. So there's the 42 car field for racing at Daytona Under the Lights. Let's go down to track to fire these cars up for 24 laps of action.
Drivers, start your engine! We're going to go to the back.
The engines are fired, the cars are rolling to do battle in the final Gatorade Cup Series Daytona event. We'll see which of the 42 drivers will be known as the final Gatorade Cup Series Daytona winner. But tonight, a very big event in terms of the race to the chase. After tonight, halfway through the season, 16 races in, 16 races to go. That means just 6 races until we get to the postseason. Chicagoland, Road America, Charlotte, Bristol Dirt, Darlington, and then Atlanta. Those 6 races known as the race to the chase, as every driver will leave Daytona knowing what they have to do over the final 6 races to try and make it into the postseason. That's why this race is so important in getting into the postseason. You have to set yourself up well for the final 6 races here tonight at Daytona. Pace car is in, 24 laps. The field in the hands of RCR teammates Riley Spurgeon and Malachi Rodriguez. Spurgeon steps on the gas, and we're green flag racing in the final Gatorade Cup Series Daytona event. Ryan Wilson with an early 3-wide pass for the lead, just shuffling, not over yet though. Ferret Longwell now moves along. Wilson trying to get the lead on lap 1. Here comes Daytona 500 champion this season, Coluigi, pushing his way to second place. Levi Shones and others moving up as they're already 3x3 in the pack. Longwell and Luigi will clear. Longwell now moves down. Luigi up top. Ferret Longwell leads the first lap of the final Daytona race in the Gatorade Cup Series. Levi Shones moving up to the middle as Diego Yepez moves low. 3 wide for the lead in turn 1. His pusher, Talladega winner, just a few races to go. Jonathan Beeford in the 24. Off 2. Yepez moves up. Beeford moves low. 24 for the lead. Now Keegan Thompson, that new Reese's car. Here he comes to the bottom of the racetrack. Has a push from Max Anderson, the number 12, and the 19, our points leader, Jake Galloway. Yepez clears and leads in turns 3 and 4. Thompson in second, Anderson in third, 2 Fords running down the Chevrolet out front. Thompson with a nice run off 4, he'll take it to the inside, but nowhere to go. But Yepez going to lead the lap in the 13. Thompson now going to try and get the push by from Jake Galloway and Keyshawn Richardson. Here comes Galloway, the points leader, already into the chase because of his all-star victory. He's up now second place by Yepez in the 13. His Toyota teammate Anton and Charles Bois move up nice into 96. Down the back straightaway, mostly 3 wide in the pack. The front few trying to get clear in single file. Here comes Anton and Charles. Even lower than him comes TJ Hanley in the number 22 car. Noah Clifton, Marshall Brown, and others as they race off to turns 3 and 4, 3 wide behind the front runner of Keegan Thompson. Clifton up to third. Marshall Brown went up nicely. Evan Hunter as well. See Brown Smack at the back of the pack just trying to hang on to the draft and maybe just stay back there in case something big happens early on because we're only 3 laps into it, so there's a lot of time for stuff to occur here at Daytona. You don't have to be at the front right now. You can hang back there and try and miss something if it happens early on. TJ Hanley for the lead. The Season 7 champion of the series moves out in front of Daytona. He's won a pair of 500s in his career. So he knows how to get down Daytona, but the night race has been a little different for him. Evan Hunter moving up low for the race lead. Jordan Stout, the 17, moving even lower than him. 3 wide. Stout with the push from Season 2 champion Jeff Bright in the number 9. Stout to lead, Bright to second. Here comes Brandon Beal in the one of Zidell, who started last in this race. Zidell already within 4 laps up inside the front 5. Just shows how quick the cycle happens at a place like Daytona as Bright can't lead that lap. Stout does in the 17. Jeff does the inside lane, but maybe Brandon Beal has the inside lane now into turn 1. Beal's a nice move in that 14, moving low with the one of Zidell pushing him. Already these speeds over 200 miles an hour in the draft and out in front. Just shows how fast these cars are going here at Daytona. All the horsepower and the draft helping these cars out. They're going to be 3 wide again for the lead. Zidell moves to the middle. Beal's up top. All the way to the bottom. The 16 of Riley Sampson. He has a push from Griffin, Lynn, and Anderson Reed on the bottom of the racetrack. Through turns 3 and 4, Riley Sampson leads off the corner. In the past, we've seen drivers try moves off turn number 4 in the last lap to get the victory at Daytona, but it normally doesn't work. The leader coming off turn number 4, normally the one to win races at Daytona. We'll see if something like that happens again here tonight. If they go side by side or 3 wide off the final corner, will the drivers that make the move be able to get out front at the end, or will it be the guy who was leading at the time of the move be able to keep it? Anderson Reed leads. Now Sebastian Kugelheim moving low. He has help from Luke Rainey, but now Luke moves even lower in the 2. Luke Rainey with help from Andrew Miller down the back straight, racing into turn 3 and 4. This pack is 3 by 3 by 3 all the way back to about 40th place. I mean, you could say it's 3 by 3, 14 rows deep at this moment, because at the moment, about everyone is 3 wide. See back there, they're going to look close, but so far, everyone able to maintain. Luke Rainey narrowly covers the spot off Andrew Miller. That 2 with an aggressive move. Now Andrew Miller, an aggressive move to turn 1. He moves low, trying to grab the lead from Luke Rainey. Derek Kimmel second in the point stakes, moving up, but Max Rossi thwarts his plan. And the number 20 of Max Rossi, winner of the last race at Pensacola, going for 2 in a row and back-to-back on super speedways. Rossi to 3rd place down the back straightaway. Jay Reynolds, Zach DeLello, 2 teammates are moving low with him. It's getting very, very tight back in the pack. You see Fitzwater moving low. I thought he was going 4 wide here. Luckily, they sorted it back to 3 wide because it could have been big right there, but still looking big at the front. It's 3 Wickware cars lined up on the inside with Rando, DeLello, and Fitzwater. Charles Bois trying to get down a hole, forces Rodriguez to give him room, and this pack is 3 by 3 at the stripe with 3 of the Wickware cars on the inside, leading the way with Rando, DeLello, and Fitzwater. This is chaotic stuff here at Daytona. Some big moves right there through 3 and 4 and off of 4. Now Keegan Thompson looking to move low from Rodriguez. But I don't think the 41 can accomplish it as well. Oh, there they go! Stout and Thompson get sideways. They saved their cars trying to control it back up. Now they're going to be 4 wide into turns 3 and 4 if they're not careful. They are 4 wide. Look at this. Rossi moved down because he thought there was a hole, but Stout still had to come back up and give Thompson room. It's not going to work. Into the wall and upside down for Charles Bois. It's the big one at Daytona early on. The whole pack is in it. Keyshawn Richardson's upside down. That is the field. It is a junkyard in turn 4. Cars are everywhere, but the front runners, not many got away. It's Fitzwater, DeLello, Rando, the 3 Rick Ware cars, Keegan Thompson, Malachi Rodriguez. Mick Marola got away, it looks like. Maybe Eli, Brent, Anthony, the teammates, they possibly have scooted away in 7th and 8th. There are some of the last few. Maybe Chris Jericho got away in the 18th. Looks like he was right in the middle of it. Marshall Burrow has some damage. Ryan Wilson has damage. Riley Spurgeon was all torn up. Rossi has damage. Evans has damage. Anderson Reed, TJ, I mean, there are not going to be many clean race cars left. We can have, at most, maybe 10 cars battling for the win at the end of this thing, because I don't think it's going to be many more. We had a few cars upside down. Look at all the damage on some of these race cars, as it's Fitzwater with the lead in the 51. Let's go check out what happened. It's a massive crash happening in turns 3 and 4. this is where the crash starts, coming off of turn number 2. Keegan Thompson saw what Anthony Charlebois did off turn 4 the last lap and said, I want to do the same to Malachi Rodriguez, except the 3 was already down there, so the 41 does not make the move to the inside. Instead, when he comes back up to get in line, he clips Jordan Stout. Those two go to the apron, but do a great job saving their cars. But now, they have to move back up. Max Rossi, seeing that, moved down to the middle from the outside, thinking there was a hole, but there was absolutely no hole whatsoever. So Stout and Thompson merged back up. Now Stout is middle of 4 wide, and this is where the breaking point is going to happen. They are 4 wide into turns 3 and 4, up, this is what, 5th place or so? I mean, they can see 3, 4. I mean, yeah, this is about, 7th place or so. 4 wide. Together they go up into the wall. Look at that hit for Charlebois. Luke Rennie got a big hit as well. Then Stout goes back down to Ruiz, and it's on from there. Cars have nowhere to go, and there you can see all of the cars getting involved. Schoen's getting spun back up. Jericho nails Keyshawn Richardson. I can't believe the 18 doesn't look worse than it does. Look at Hernandez and Eli Bright getting low. They are the last 2 by that have clean race cars. There are not many more that have clean race cars like those 2. Maybe Noah Clifton did a good job on the outside. Maybe Anderson Reed as well. Brandon Beal could have possibly gotten away with it. But, I mean, Eli Bright Anthony did the best job of anyone in this, making it low and getting by without any damage whatsoever on those 2 race cars. Next, the Anthony Charlebois, big hit Luke Rennie as well. Then Keyshawn Richardson, the banking kind of flips him after the hit with Jericho right there. He's upside down. He got clobbered by Luigi, who's not going to sweep at Daytona Fair. Longwell had a lot of damage. And, I mean, that's just so many race cars. That is one of the bigger crashes you'll see at Daytona. I mean, definitely not the biggest we've had at Daytona in the Gatorade Cup Series. I mean, think back to season 3, because we had a massive one then, if massive could even describe it. But yeah, there's been some crashes in the past at Daytona in the Gatorade Cup Series, especially the night race, that have probably had this one beat by a few cars, if not a dozen cars. Because there are some drivers towards the back that did a really good job. Did see just the junkyard back behind. Some cars did a really good job slamming on the brakes and just getting high as the field basically lowered off the banking. What goes up must come down, and that's exactly what happens at Daytona with the high banks here. So a massive crash. Let's actually go on board with Eli Bright Anthony, because I want to see how they were able to sneak their way through this on the inside. They're at the back. They're some of the last ones in the pack, but they find a way through the mess. Basically, Eli saw his teammate Hernandez move low and said, I'm going to follow you through. Hernandez just in front of Eli. Let's look at it. I think Hernandez actually got pushed into that position. That's why he was so far down low. So that was good for Hernandez getting hit down there, but there's not many cars left to battle for the win here at Daytona. It's Fitzwater out in front as they're going to go back green. As there it is, green flag back in the air at Daytona. Fitzwater with the lead over DeLello and some of the others. There you can see already Chris Jericho slower in the 18 with that damage. Remember, he was the one that hit Richardson to go upside down. We'll see who can stay in this main draft. At the moment, I think the only cars that might be able to maintain with this draft, it could be the 48 and maybe some others, but I think Hernandez might be the last car in this draft. There are not many more back here. They're going to stay in it. And obviously, there's a lot of cars out of this race, but there's still going to be a good amount of lap cars, as we have 31 cars left running. DeLello now leads off Keegan Thompson. The 41 looking low down the back straightaway. Of the cars out, Barrett Longwell, Luke Brady, Bibby Ruiz, Anson Charlebois, Keyshawn Richardson, along with Cole Luigi, Noah Clifton, and TJ Hanley. So far, those are the ones that we know for sure. There could be more that we just haven't gotten information on yet. But at the front, oh my gosh, this is Fitzwater a little bit slower to get going on the restart. Has really kind of halted these guys up right here. As, yeah, you can see the front 2 really got away nicely there. DeLello and Thompson really got away there. I don't know if that's actually damage on the back of the 40. Maybe he got hit under the yellow flag, got rear-ended. If he did, I think that is actually damage on the 48. So that could be slowing these guys up just a little bit as well, because that car might not be too good leading. You see the front 2 really got away. DeLello and Thompson. Thompson pushing DeLello and not getting off his back bumper. Really helps get away from third on back. As at the moment, it's going to be, 8 cars to settle the win here at Daytona. And unless something big happens, there's just going to be these 8 cars to settle it out for the win. So you can see, 32 cars are left running in the race. Andrew Miller last of them, Kukulon as well back there. So yeah, these 8 race leaders, they're going to have to worry about lap traffic throughout the race. As DeLello and Thompson getting away to that big gap, the pack behind has to scatter out now, spread out. so that they can run them down. Hernandez, Eli Bright, Jay Randall getting single foul on Rodriguez, trying to run down the two in front. Hernandez and Eli Bright looking. Randall stays high with Hernandez. Eli Bright no help down low. And can these guys, I mean, can anyone make a move on DeLello? Are there enough cars to make a move work here? We are past the midpoint here at Daytona. We're in the final 12 laps. It's been a little bit chaotic. You know, obviously the first half of this race with that big crash taking out most of the contenders and really leaving only 8 cars with a shot. Even Fitzwater, McMurrow, they're kind of losing the draft back there because of how spread out these drivers got. Randall clears in 4th, Eli Bright now 5th, Rodriguez 6th. We'll see, once these guys, you know, get single file and kind of caught back up together, will there be moves made on DeLello for the lead? Because Thompson so far, with no one behind to help, can't make a move on DeLello by himself. He needs someone behind to push him and get him up there. See, Hernandez might be getting passed by Brando, the 53, a little bit of a cleaner race car than the 48 at the moment. But Hernandez able to keep it down 3rd place at for now. Come back to 10 laps to go. So right now the battle for 9th is actually on Max Anderson, Justin Zidell, Anderson Reed. Tell these guys are slower. They're only going 190 miles an hour. The race there is going, you know, over 200. See, there are a lot of damaged cars back here, and maybe some cars that aren't that badly damaged. They're all trying to just find a way through. See, Jericho there losing the draft, and there's some more cars back here that are really just maybe hoping a yellow flag comes out, they may have a shot at it. Jay Randall moves to 3rd by Anthony with 10 laps to go. Now Randall trying to be the one to run down Thompson and DeLello to make a pass for the lead. See, Hernandez there kind of blocking off the inside off Fitzwater. They'll go side by side. Eli Bright going with his teammate Hernandez. Why not, right? 200 cars that are left in it. Back around to 9 laps to go. Keegan Thompson now with Randall behind him. Jay Randall wants to move out for 2nd, and that could be big because then it'll put 2 Rick Ware cars 1st and 2nd with DeLello and Rando. And could they possibly control the rest of this race? That could be something that they're looking for. And already lap traffic. Andrew Miller so severely off the pace, 164 miles an hour, about 40 miles an hour off the pace. They're going to catch him right here on the back straightaway, which is the best place they could catch him because most of the pack is single file, so they can easily move down. But DeLello doesn't. He halts a little bit right there, then moves down. Luckily, no one got to his inside, but it's actually going to hurt Keegan Thompson. The checkup really hurts the 41 and the 3 as well. We might lose 2 guys in the front pack. Could be 6 cars with a shot to win now. It's only going to be 6 cars. Thompson got halted, and Rodriguez as well. Even McMurrow might lose the draft in the 10. Could be 5 cars. So it's DeLello, Rando. At the moment, it's Rick Ware and Hendrick that could have a shot at it. With 3 Rick Ware cars and 2 Hendrick cars at it. The only other one they can have a shot is an SHR car of McMurrow, but he might lose the draft here if those 2 don't keep battling in front. But we also have another lap car of Kukulon who's about 30 miles an hour off the pace. So that could also play into it. 8 laps to go in the Gatorade 0400. The pack very spread out because of damaged cars from the massive crash we had just before the midpoint. It's DeLello and Rando, the teammates, 1st and 2nd. Hernandez from Hendrick is 3rd. The other Rick Ware teammate left in the race. Fitzwater is 4th, and Eli Bright, another Hendrick car, is 5th. Here they come into Kukulon, entering the tri-oval. DeLello doesn't go low. Hernandez goes low. Now DeLello moves low, and Randall's going to get halted right here. Yeah, Rando's nowhere to go. McMurrow got a flying run, but he goes to the outside, not the place to be. 52 moves by, 48 moves by, 51 moves by, the 88 moves by. Can Rando McMurrow move by? No, the 10's going to leave the 53 out. Oh, but Kukulon moved down. Thompson's back in these guys, but now it could just be 4 cars with a shot at it. Rando might get around the outside still to keep 5th, and he will. The 10 and the 41 still trying to find a way around the 42, but there's more lap cars up ahead for our race leaders. It's Jonathan Buford in the 24 winner at Talladega. So DeLello, Hernandez, Fitzwater, and Eli Bright are the ones with a shot at the moment, but more lap traffic up the road. We'll see if a run for the 40 and the 51 forms, but Fitzwater's leaving Hernandez out, not letting the run for him because that's his teammate leading the race. He doesn't want to hurt his teammate. 6 laps to go in Daytona. 4 cars with a shot at it now. Into turn 1, they're catching now Jonathan Buford in the 24. DeLello looks to sweep around the outside and will do just that. Can Fitzwater do the same in the 51? He can't do it as well. DeLello gets away all by himself in the 52. Fitzwater moves low, trying to block off Eli Bright. Randall's back in it now in the 53, so slow down a little bit. Hernandez trying to get low on his teammate Buford, and does. And if you are Zach DeLello, you are a sitting duck at the moment. Keegan Thompson, he got into Buford, who came down into him. Thompson saves the car. He really needs to do that because he needs to stay with this draft immediately. He does do that. Mick Marola also flies around. So now the 10 is back into it with the 41. A great save for Keegan Thompson to keep him in this main draft. Yeah, I mean, he had to go to the inside there because the hole was there. Obviously, Buford was moving down at the last second. Thompson had the run and took it. Fortunately, he saved the car because now he's in the draft, and DeLello's going to get eaten up whole. I mean, he's all by himself. 2 lap cars side by side in front are 2 teammates, Stout and Oskin. Then you have Mills and Chung, and Hamill will also catch up the road. And then there's some more cars in this pack up here. Yeah, for DeLello, though, he's going about 4 miles an hour slower than this pack back here. Rodriguez may have also caught up to the draft as well, so we could have the original 8 back in it here. So we're coming back to 4 laps to go, which is plenty of time to run down this 52 DeLello's lap. Traffic is side by side in front of him, so he has really nowhere to go but stay behind them for now. He tried to shoot the middle possibly there, nowhere to go, and now here comes the pack onto DeLello. This could be a mess right here into turn 1. Yeah, where can you go is the question, right? Where's the place to be? DeLello sorts out 3 wide on the lap traffic. Fitzwater, Hernandez, and Rando stuck up top with nowhere to go. Eli Bright moves to 2nd, Thompson to 3rd, Mick Marola for 4th, Rodriguez for 5th, and Fitzwater is in a lap car sandwich at the moment with 1 in front and 1 behind. And he's possibly going to lose the draft right here because of Oskin and Stout. He had nowhere to go. He's going to try and go high here, but I think the damage is done. 3 more lap cars for DeLello to catch. It's Hamill, Mills, and Chung. Back around to 3 to go at the line. DeLello has to get halted. Moves low. Eli Bright moves low with them. Hamill moves high. Eli Bright and Thompson move high. Now they'll look back down to the bottom, trying to get around DeLello. Thompson has to move low at the last second there. If not, he would have been stuck out to dry behind the lap traffic. Next to the 10 actually get halted because Anthony has moved by him. Jay Reynolds trying to get back up to the 53 as well. Fitzwater, I don't think he'll get into the main draft. In fact, he won't. It's going to be 4 cars at the moment because the 66 blocked the 48 behind. So now DeLello still leads off Eli Bright, Keegan Thompson, and Malachi Rodriguez. Andrew Miller will catch again before the end of this race, and I don't know if those drivers will be caught in the pack of cars. We're coming back to 2 to go, so there is not much time left. But at the moment, DeLello looks like to have the strongest car here. No one is able to touch him since he's gotten out front. Doesn't help that there's only 4 cars here to have a shot at it. 2 laps to go. And Eli's car doesn't look the best in the 88 either. I mean, it just doesn't look like it's not going as good as the car. I think Keegan could have a car to challenge the 52, but Eli being there is actually hurting the cars behind. He can't catch up for whatever reason to DeLello. They're running the same speed. He has draft out the 52. They're running the same speed. So, I mean, something is not right with this 88 car. Well, lap traffic, Andrew Miller is going to be caught, come to the white flag easily. The front runners will sweep around the outside. So DeLello leads off Eli Bright. Keegan Thompson's going to move low for a second. This is his only shot right here, trying to get by the 88 now as we're coming to the white flag. Eli's getting trapped off the 52, though, and they're going to stay side by side at the white flag for 2nd place. DeLello leads, 1 to go. Last lap in the Gatorade 0400 for Zach DeLello. A whole mess of cars in front. Will they catch them? I think they're going to. Thompson in 2nd. DeLello leads down the backstretch. 5 lap cars in front of the race leaders. It's 4 cars to settle it. DeLello, Thompson, Rodriguez, and Eli Bright. Here they are. Rossi, the first lap car. Then Yepez, Jericho, and others. Where's the place to be? DeLello high around the first one. Trying to go even higher around the rest. Keegan Thompson, where does he go? Does he maybe go low to try and get by? Here they are. They're stuck by the lap cars. DeLello on the outside trying to get a run. Thompson on the inside trying to push his way through to the checkered flag. Who's the winner? I think it's Keegan Thompson on the inside. Keegan Thompson did win the Gatorade 0400 at Daytona because of lap traffic. By about 100th of a second. So Zach DeLello caught the lap cars, thought the outside was clear for him to go through, but it was not at the end. Keegan went low with just enough of a room and push to get by DeLello right at the end. There's the margin of victory, just about 100th of a second for Keegan Thompson over DeLello. Yes, it's 15 1,000ths of a second with Keegan Thompson winning the Gatorade 0400 and the last lap pass at Daytona. Let's go check the finish results and the point standings from an unusual Daytona night race. Here's how they finished in the Gatorade 0400 at the Daytona National Speedway. One caution flag for 2 laps. That was the massive crash that happened just before the midpoint and really changed the whole rest of the race. 9 lead changes, 9 different drivers led here tonight in Daytona. It's Keegan Thompson out in front on the last lap to win the Gatorade 0400 by just about a nose over Zach Delello, the man who led over half the race, but he has to settle for second place. Eli Bright, a photo finish with Malachi Rodriguez. Bright gets third, Rodriguez gets fourth. They were the only fourth, a shot at the end. Anthony Ramirez completes the top 5, 4 seconds off of the front 4. Fitzwater over 7 seconds back in 6th. Mick Morrow is 7th, over 9 seconds back for Jay Rado in 8th. The rest of the field damaged and out of the draft. Evan Hunter gets 9th, Riley Sampson gets 10th. Griffin Lynn, Jeff Bright 11th and 12th. Levi Schoen's 13th. Then they left even more cars. Max Anderson, Zidell, Minnick, Reed, Evans, Wilson, Jericho. They complete the top 20. I mean, this was more like a classic Daytona race where you see cars get spread out over the long run. Really, that's what we saw here at Daytona, a lot of mini packs because of how many damaged cars there were and the severity, you know, the different severity of the crash damage really kind of split this pack up. 32 cars finished the race running, 33rd on down out from the crash. They were Spurley 2 from pole, Galway the points leader, he'll maintain the points lead but lost a good chunk of it. TJ Hanley, Noah Clifton, Kovacic, his string of bad races continues. Keisha Merchant, Anton Charlotte, Bibby Rose, Luke Rainey, and Ferret Longwell. Let's now go see the point standings as we're midway through the season. Here are the points after Daytona. We're now halfway into the season, just 16 races to go in the Gatorade Cup Series. Jake Galloway still leads points, 57 up on Jay Rando, who moves his way back into 2nd. Hamill now down in 3rd. Griffin Lynn is now 4th, and Fitzwater top 5 for the number 51. Anderson Reed is 6th. TJ Hanley, his 2 wins puts him in 7th. DeLello is now 8th. Levi Schoen's in 9th, and Jordan Stout completes the top 10 for the 17 team. Luke Rainey falls up by 2 points. He's the first wildcard spot. The other one goes to Brandon Beals just behind him in points. 11th and 12th in points are right now the 2 wildcard spots. But also watch for Keegan Thompson. The win tonight boosts him up to 18th in points, and he can have a shot at the wild card if things go his way over these final 6 races before we get to the postseason. Also down here with wins, Jonathan Buford in 26th, Ferret Longwell in 28th, Conrad Evans 31st, Koldewich his 2 wins, he's down in 32nd now though, and currently on a downward trend. He might not be able to make it in. Kukulon and Rossi also down here 34th and 36th in the point standings. We'll see which of these winners down here can try and propel themselves up inside the top 20 to try and get one of those wild card spots with their race victories this season. Still very close from about 35th on up to 20th place in points. So this, this whole points picture can really still change over the course of the final 6 races before we get to the postseason, because these next 6 races, they are just as crazy as what we saw in the Superspeedway Swing as we're going racing next time at the Chicagoland Speedway for the Samsung 400. I'll see you guys then.